the love of liberty, in the fires of hope and prayer, with boundless faith in our destiny, we solemnly declare, side by side we stand, islands of the blue Caribbean Sea, this our native land, we pledge our lives to thee. Here every creed and race find an equal place, and may God bless our nation. Here every creed and race find an equal place, and may God bless our nation.
Heavenly Father, we come before you at the start of this new day, giving thanks for life, for health, and the opportunity to serve through this station. We ask for your divine presence to guide us in all we do. Bless this broadcast, that it may be a source of inspiration, joy, and unity to all who tune in. Whether near or far, may our words uplift, our music heal, and our message bring light to those who need it most. We pray for our listeners, wherever they may be. Grant them strength for the day ahead, peace in their hearts, and success in all they put their hands to. Cover those traveling with your protection, and those at home with your comfort and provision. Lord, may everything we do bring honor to you and be a blessing to others. Guide our steps, bless our efforts, and let this station be a vessel of positivity and hope. In your name we pray. Amen.
Your voice, your soundtrack, your station. New Era TT Radio. NETT Radio.
Seems to share the gift of love with everywhere. If the season people care, how you going, partner? All the best things get better. In every workplace corner, employees come together, yeah. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. How will you spin me wrong in this staff party? Spin me wrong, spin me wrong. Spin me wrong in the Christmas party. Spin me left and right. Spin me wrong all night. Hold me wrong the way. Spread joy in the place. How will you spin me wrong in this staff party? Spin me wrong, spin me wrong. Spin me wrong in the Christmas party. Spin me. It's Christmas time. Now me la vuelta. It's Christmas time. You and your boss might disagree, two in the air like anybody, but between the two of we, this is the time we must be merry. No, we can't bother with all them little matters. Give love to all the atmosphere, love and happiness everywhere. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. How will you spin me wrong in this staff party? Spin me wrong, spin me wrong. Spin me wrong in the Christmas party. Spin me left and right. Spin me wrong all night. Hold me wrong the way. Spread joy in the place. How will you spin me wrong in this staff party? Spin me wrong, spin me wrong. Spin me wrong in the Christmas party. Spin me. It's Christmas time. Now me la vuelta. It's Christmas time. You and the staff like family. party. Spin me wrong, it make Christmas party. Spin me left and right. Spin me wrong all night. Hold me wrong the way. Spread joy in the place. And why you spin me wrong in this time party?
Wake up, rise up. It's the NETT Radio Breakfast Show. Bringing you the energy, music and vibes to start your day right.
Hold me wrong the way. Spread joy in the place.
Yeah, well, I tell you, it's that kind of time, right?
Party.
Christmas parties, staff parties,
Spin me wrong.
family reunions, and get together. So you know what? Spin me wrong, dance me wrong, have a really good time.
Hold me wrong the way.
Everybody, good morning to you. How you doing? Neighbor. Wake up, rise up. Good morning, Trinidad. Good morning to Tobago.
Spin me left and
Our
right.
neighbors in the Caribbean, good day to you.
Hold me wrong the way. Spread
And of
joy.
course, our friends and our family who are streaming all around the globe in your different spaces and time zones. How beautiful. Yeah.
Make Christmas
Wait, Thursday morning to you already. Wow.
right. Spin me wrong.
Yes, a few more days, 1 week before Christmas now, right? We looking good.
And why you spin me wrong in this time party?
Let me say much thanks as always to the Heavenly Father for bringing us together for another day. All that we do, dear God, let it be a blessing unto you. People, I'm your Sir Charles. Check it in. Yes, I'm checking in. Happy am I to be here with you as we all check in inside of your Get Up and Go. Everybody, welcome to the Breakfast Show.
Yeah. Wake up, it's a brand new dawn. The breakfast show got the vibes turned on. From Maracas Bay to the Savannah line. Let's start the day in Caribbean prime. Good vibes rolling through the air. The breakfast show, energy everywhere. We talk, we laugh, we make you think. Grab your doubles or your morning drink.
Good morning, and welcome to the Breakfast Show on this Thursday morning. Of course, bright and early. I'm getting it out of the way. The weekend begins tonight, people, and it is the last weekend before Christmas. Yep, believe it or not, Christmas is virtually here. So wherever you're joining us from, a big good morning to you, wherever you are on the planet, or wherever you are in Trinidad and Tobago, or in the English-speaking Caribbean, or wherever you are. Good morning, good afternoon, good night, wherever you are. Welcome. We know you have a choice in what you watch and what you listen to, and we're glad that you chose us. Good morning to my co-hosts, Wendell and Sir Charles. Good morning, guys.
Good morning, Richard. Good morning, Wendell. Good morning to the world. And thanks for being here on the net. Great to be here with you guys this morning.
Yes, good morning, guys. Good morning, Richard. Good morning, Sir Charles. Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago. And good morning, listeners and viewers all over the globe, especially the listeners in the United States of America. You probably living on tenterhooks. You understand? I don't know why, but you probably are. Because guess what? Your president is trending. Right? Somebody sent me a video of him speaking somewhere. I don't know where it was.
But he had a speech. He had a speech in the nation last night. You know.
Yes, he did. He addressed the nation 9 o'clock last night. But we get so caught up in what's happening in America. Because I don't know if you would have heard him before about him. Venezuela stealing his oil and his land. Do ask me how he arrived at that, but someone offered this opinion, so I'll just quickly read it, right? Says Trump just declared Venezuela's government a foreign terrorist organization and announced a naval blockade until they return all of the oil, land, and other assets that they previously stole from us. So what is he talking about? Well, in the 1990s, Venezuela did something countries do all the time when they want foreign investment, but don't have the technical expertise to extract their own resources. They invited American oil companies in. ExxonMobil and ConocoPhillips got stakes in the Orinoco oil belt, which sits on some of the largest heavy crude reserves on the planet. The companies brought technology, expertise, and the capital. Venezuela got production flowing. Everyone made money. Standard arrangement. Then Hugo Chavez got elected in 1999 and decided the deal needed renegotiated. Sounds familiar? We do it here all the time. By 2007, he passed a law requiring that Venezuela's state oil company, PDVSA, hold at least 60% of all oil projects. Foreign companies could stay as minority partners. Most did. Chevron, BP, Statoil, Total, they grumbled, reworked their contracts, and kept operating. ExxonMobil and ConocoPhillips said no. They wanted majority control or nothing. So they got nothing. Venezuela took over their operations. Here's the part that matters. This went to court, not some kangaroo tribunal in Caracas. International arbitration at the World Bank, ICSID, and the International Chamber of Commerce. The same system American corporations rely on constantly to protect their overseas investments. And the corporations won. ConocoPhillips got an $8.7 billion judgment in 2019, recently upheld on appeal. ExxonMobil got $1.6 billion back in 2014. These are enforceable awards. ConocoPhillips is actively pursuing Venezuelan assets to collect, including trying to force the sale of Citgo, Venezuela's U.S. refinery subsidiary. So when Trump says Venezuela stole American oil and assets, he's describing a nationalization that went through nearly 2 decades of international legal proceedings. The arbitration tribunals already decided what Venezuela owes. The mechanisms for collection already exist. One of those tribunals even found that Venezuela's expropriation of Exxon's assets was lawful under international law. They just owed compensation. So what Trump is doing is taking a commercial dispute that's been working its way through courts for 18 years and reframing it as theft that justifies military blockades. The stolen oil fields language suggests Venezuela is sitting on property that belongs to America. It doesn't. Those fields always belong to Venezuela. American companies had contracts to extract oil from them. When the contracts were terminated, they were owed money. That's it. The blockade and terrorism designation aren't about getting ExxonMobil paid. The arbitration system handles that. This is about creating a justification framework for something else entirely. When you call a government a terrorist organization and surround it with warships demanding they return our oil and land, you're not describing debt collection. You're setting up a distraction. I wonder what for. What could possibly be such a big deal that this US president, person describes him otherwise, would be willing to start a war to distract you from it? That's the opinion of a blogger called Mr. Jerry Kangali that I found very interesting, because that's information that a lot of us probably didn't know before, that about the situation with ExxonMobil and ConocoPhillips. That is just money they owed. So you could Google it and you could do your own research, but I thought we should bring it to you as we have the information. All right? I had heard that a similar thing before from people who live in America, that yes, there was this, but I didn't know about the court proceedings and the and whatnot, and what they were awarded and whatnot. So now you know that this is about money that Venezuela owes these two oil companies, but the oil is Venezuela owned. The land is Venezuela owned. So I don't know how Mr. Trump with the US could say that Venezuela has their oil and their land. That's an interpretation.
Yeah. But there seems to be so many different reasons that people are proffering as to what really is causing this whole thing. Because while we're hearing this, What is that, Richard?
I say, are there really that many reasons that people are proffering for the issue?
Well,
People have been quite clear that they see it as a regime change, one, and
right.
two, and people have interpreted it as a grab for the natural resources of Venezuela, and not just the oil and gas, but the rare minerals, the rare earth minerals that also exist in Venezuela.
Yeah, like the minerals.
So those are the basic reasons people have proffered.
Well, there was one other reason. Yeah, but there was one other that was also being proffered, is that the trying to keep other superpowers, basically Russia and China, from setting up bases on their in their backyard, more or less like that. No, that was one of the things
too late for that.
Also, you know,
and that connects to regime change, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Because you want to change your regime to prevent that, or to
suit you.
Yeah,
to stop that in its tracks. If all of these, so people will always have speculations, and it comes under, when it all comes back to that Monroe Doctrine in a kind of way that the Western Hemisphere, the United States, claims the right to solve the issues that affect America in that area and to deal with the issues in the Western Hemisphere.
Yeah.
And of course, they have the might to enforce it.
Yes.
Or, not many countries in the Western Hemisphere could have any kind of blockade of anybody. So they're one of the few countries, if not the only country, that can accomplish that. So I mean, those are the main motives that people have ascribed to the issue. And nobody ever bought 100% the issue of narco trafficking.
And 96 people are dead as a result of it, eh?
Yeah. Now, some people, I'm not saying that there are not some people, not only in Trinidad and Tobago, in the Caribbean, that support the Trump administration in doing what they're doing with regard to the narco traffickers and bombing of boats. There's some people that support that. And there's some people that may support regime change too in Venezuela. There are some Caribbean people that will support that Maduro needs to go. Because of the crisis that Venezuela has become over many, many years, which in itself is a nuanced and complex thing if you analyze it. But the reality is there is a crisis, and of course Trinidad and Tobago has experienced that by the flood of immigrants that we have had. So
yeah, who can forget the days when Venezuela had no food, crowds in the groceries, no toilet paper? I mean, we would have, back then a group of us would have made preparations to get stuff across there, especially my nephew, who used to visit Venezuela a lot, but I made arrangements to get stuff across there to them and so on, And I'll say I have very good friends living there, and I'm always in touch, try to be in touch with them to find out how they're going. You know what I mean? But it's just a situation. Someone is offering an opinion here about why this may be taking place also, is that, let me read it. Epstein files are supposed to be released on the 19th of December, that's tomorrow. Once he declares war on Venezuela, he will be granted special powers that he can delay the files to be released. That's another opinion I see going around too with the Epstein files. But he can't declare war on Venezuela without Congress giving him the approval, not so?
As far as I know.
Yeah. Yeah. So interesting times we're in. Again, as I say, it's going to be a depressing time for a lot of people at Christmas time, just thinking about the possibilities of what could happen. I mean, a lot of people are still of the opinion that nothing will happen. You know what I mean? But
I don't think he will declare war. I think he may, because he would need Congress assistance with that. I think you could say, well, you're doing a specific strategic operation, something like that, then maybe there are probably workarounds. I mean, I don't know the U.S. protocols and how you would, but he is the commander-in-chief, you know, and you've already declared, you've issued the terrorist assignation, so to speak, to certain elements in Venezuela. So you can say we're targeting that as part of our national security. And so there may be a workaround without saying war.
Yeah.
So
if it is, so I mean, anyway, I don't know why
but I know people are worried about it, and people are more worried about the entire situation because of Trinidad and Tobago's involvement.
Yes.
That's really the issue, and that Trinidad and Tobago has been such an avid supporter, an advocate, an ally of the Trump administration with regard to this issue. That's what concerns some Trinidadians and Tobagonians. But you know what? Depression is a choice. You choose to be depressed. You choose to worry about stuff and that you have absolutely no control over.
No control over. Yeah.
You have no control over that.
Yeah.
So, you know, I mean, it's a choice. Some people worry, some people don't. Some people like, that is, you know, whatever they want to do, that is their business. You know? But that's what concerns Trinidadians and Tobagonians. The issue that we are so involved, we have not been neutral in it.
Yes.
And even though the Prime Minister can say, you know, statements like, well, this does not involve Trinidad and Tobago, this is an issue between the Venezuela and the United States. It's more nuanced than that. And the general population understands that. A lot of times politicians think that the general population is dumb, or they dumb us down, or they think we're stupid, or they think we're not following, or they think that we don't critically think through issues. And I'm not saying that some people don't critically think through issues. Some don't. Some are just, you know, they have allegiances regardless. That is almost feral, but a lot of the population critically thinks through issues, and critical thinking is not a measure of having a university degree. You know, it's a measure of just looking and analyzing and understanding how the world works.
Yeah.
And so even though she may protest and say things like, this is between the United States and Venezuela, which ultimately it is, the reality is you have now cast us in the shadow of the United States in a particular way that binds us in a particular way, so that the repercussions of that is why people are nervous. People can't just be nervous for no reason. If people if people really believed what the Prime Minister says, nobody would be nervous.
Yeah.
People would be fine.
Yes.
They wouldn't be worried about whether anything broke out in Venezuela and the US, beyond whether it may cause more of an inflow of immigrants into Venezuela, into Trinidad and Tobago. But there are many borders where Venezuelans can cross. Land borders, they're not across the sea.
Yeah.
But yeah, the mere idea that there is some sense of tension and unease in the Caribbean, I think it's how CNC3 phrases it. The mere idea you're using those kind of words, ultimately, it's because people don't accept the explanations coming from the government that we are somehow disassociated from it.
Yeah, true.
But we got into a lot of serious talk on a Thursday.
Yes, we have. But you have done good news.
Before Christmas, you are the designated Grinch in this show, always trying to drag the show down into some kind of nasty hole, discussing all sorts of things that we don't really want to discuss at this point because we're discussing Christmas.
I'll take that.
But
give us some good news, and then let's greet
but my good news today is actually not really very Christmassy, but I enjoyed it. So, and because I choose what the good news is, I become a little autocratic, I guess. And so I
So
decided
that's like when I do in the poll.
in a kind of way, yes. So this is
As long as Sir Charles understands that.
so this is my good news for today, because I thoroughly enjoyed it. Enjoy.
Adum dum diddy, aduga dum diddy, adum dum diddy, aduga dum diddy, adum dum diddy, aduga dum diddy, adum dum. Oh, you say calling me a smart man. Oh, you say calling me the smart man. Oh, you say calling me a smart man. Up the islands just call me the tricky daddy. And Lord knows they know me as a smart man. Oh, you say calling me a smart man. Oh, you say calling me a smart man. Up the islands just call me the tricky daddy. And Lord knows, hey, I used to work taxi long ago. Before you sit down in me ride, I tell you one more to go. But when you sit down in me ride, I mean there's one more to go. I see greatest hustler moving through Trinidad. Since I small eyes, I'm a know how to make a dollar and understand the value of a repeat customer. So when I pick up my next hustle as a car mechanic, if you can have one problem, I send you back with 6. But it's only so long I can run one rocket. I tell people as a doctor, check me if you're sick. But I only give them medicine that is holistic. It's sugar water in a bottle and I give them tonic. And I's a smart man. Oh, you say calling me a smart man. Oh, you say know me as the smart man of the islands. Just call me the tricky daddy. And Lord knows they know me as the smart man. Oh, you say calling me a smart man. Oh, you say calling me a smart man of the islands. Just call me the tricky daddy. And Lord knows I hear somebody need a plumber. I say I's the best. I fix a whole lady pipe with 2 stick. A winter fresh. A man who want a new clocks. A size 10 crepes. I sell him a size 6 and I tell him me go stretch. Then I start walking over. Some call it voodoo. I start a pyramid scheme and I call it susu. But when the mark bust their face red like Ruku, they come to collect they and I catch a flight to Peru. So sometimes I need to go into hiding. I start a small church and I collect all the tidings. While my congregation barely surviving. It's Mercedes Benz if you check how I driving. Smart man, oh you say calling me a smart man. Oh you say calling me the smart man of the islands. Just call me the tricky daddy. And Lord knows they know me as the smart man. Oh yes, they calling me a smart man. Oh yes, they calling me a smart man. Up the islands just call me the tricky daddy. And Lord knows. You see, Grover could never be in season for me. No matter the time of year, I could find my money. And honestly, I want to say this from my heart. Smart man can play, stupid man can play. I take a government walk and never show up. But if you check my time sheet, I'm walking right wrong. The clock is double time and triple time. I'm giving them 6 for a 9. I'm selling headphones to the deaf and bifocals to the blind. You don't mind. Make up a main contract. They wanted 4 tractor, material and dump truck. I give them 2 big stone inside a donkey. Yeah, that juking all they high. Like my full name was Tom Tack. Boy, they can't deny my innovation. So they invite me to join the organization. Cause they know a smart man's final mission and plan is to become a career politician. That's a smart man. Oh, you say calling me a smart man. Oh, you say know me as the smart man of the islands. Just call me the tricky daddy. And Lord knows they know me as the smart man. Oh, you say calling me a smart man. Oh, you say calling me a smart man of the islands. Just call me the tricky daddy. And Lord knows.
Yeah, so that was my good news for today.
A smart man, a tricky
Smart
daddy.
man. By
You know, if that didn't have
Chromatic.
chromatics at the end of it, I'd swear that's your production.
No, it's chromatic.
If we didn't see chromatics at the end of that, I would swear Richard Dragomansing did that.
No, but that was it. I thought it was entertaining when I saw it. I said, play this with good news.
He covered every single thing.
All the types of bacchanals take place in this little space.
Yes.
He kind of touched on them.
Yeah, he covered everything. Well done, Chromatics.
Yeah. I remember one time I am coming through City Gate and the maxi, 2 to go. I sit down in the maxi. And every time 2 come, I hear the man ball, 2 more. 2 to go.
Empty and the ball.
2 to go. I said, but
Yes, the famous for that.
Yeah.
oh Lord.
Somebody used that term to me the other day, the guava season. Why guava season? Why do they describe a time when you're struggling or you don't have money or as a guava season? I never understood that.
Mr. Grant got to help you that boy.
It was just one of those kind of sayings that came through. I don't know how it came about. You
Yes.
asked me how it came about. So I don't know. I don't know why it came about.
And
Because the green cover must be hard, I suppose.
well, yeah, but all fruits when it's green is the hard, not so. So I was wondering why they choose the guava. Anyway, somebody will just say it time later. We have so many people who are of age. I'm sure somebody will know. Valerie Mendoza says, good morning. You ready, Richard?
Say that again?
I said, let's go on the chat.
Oh, okay.
You're distracted there. Valerie Mendoza says, good morning. Josie Richardson, top of the morning. Odell Guy. Let me just wait for Richard to catch up. Erica Charles says, good morning. Suzanne Jessup, Suzanne Suzette, and Mrs. Gemma. Victor Phillip says, good morning. Margaret Thomas, Ava Smith, Boy B. Dacey, Diane Payne, Eunice Dublin, Stick Money Grip, Season's greetings, Victor Tongs, who celebrated his birthday recently. Valerie, let me know when you drop off my order. Brennan Smith, Michael Cadet, Wendy Ann and Frank James, Kenny and Harlem, Norris Ferguson, Robert Taylor, Julia Samantha, Sherwin and Juliet Kerr, Carol Guevara, Kathy Ann Charles and Arlene in Bronxville, Apollinaus, Deborah Noel Surrett, Merle McCormy, Victor Phillip is chatting again. Carl M. Jack, Deborah Noel is also sending greetings. Trinidad Margot, Oliver Manwarin, Carol is singing. Miguel Gonzalez, Margarita Chow, Ambrose Blah, Miguel Gonzalez. Who else? Joyce Phillip is new. CJ from New York. Happy morning, CJ. The Slimy Show, who's clearly somebody who's an agent provocateur with all some of these, I wouldn't call it nonsense, but back and forth you're going on with. Helen Prescott, Far Rockaway, good morning. Who also confirmed, Richard, that there's one other reason, the Monroe Doctrine, which is you offer that. Who else? Who else is new? Dwayne Sylvester, Trini Merle Kitchen, Curtis Bailey, that's a new name. Chris Tussell, long time no hear from. Gavin Frank, Andre said, who else is new there? A lot of back and forth chat here. David McCarthy, Trinidad Margot, Ron DeSantis Jr., Diane Payne says, all I will say, nothing happens without God, so I ask Jesus Christ to have mercy on us. Sherma Paul says, good morning. Florence Bazi, Stephen Wilson, he is what? I don't know who that is. I don't know who you're referring to there. So many messages came in. Claire Lendor Rawlins, Rena Boodoo Jennings, Beauty Culture. Let's stop. Just ignore whoever Slimy Show is. Just ignore him, please. Far away. Just ignore him. It's clearly a troll. Somebody just trying to be mischievous this morning. Ian Stewart, Diane Payne, Stephen Wilson Slime. Depression is a choice. Okay, that's probably. Only ignore it. Ignore whoever that person is. Carlisle Cupid, guava is hard. Okay, that's the reason why. But all fruits are hard when it's green. Guava wood hard, but most guava wood. They used to cut your tail with that long. And they used to say, go and pick a guava whip because it wouldn't break. Just Soja Ramlakan, I would like to know who made this season a guava season. Carlisle Cupid, when you're eating a green guava, things have to be. But I know guava does cork here. I know that. I know guava does get constipation.
Yeah.
I grew up in a yard with a guava tree. We had a cayenne guava, the white one. It was one of the nicest guavas you'll ever eat. I used to build a tree house in that tree and all. Marlene Saunders Sobers, Nicola McNichols, and that's it. All right?
All right, so on the WhatsApp, we had coming in very early, as always. Kent was first off the map. Salty Menti, good morning to you. Archbishop Ashton Clark, good morning. Mr. Biddy, good morning. Slick Money Grip, good morning. Colin and Kelly, have a great day. Vincent Ashton is here. Peter Wilson is here. Good morning to you. Peter Sankofa is here. Terry Ann Peters, you are here also. Zena, good morning. Good morning, Linda, out there in London, and RSRR production. Okay. Good morning to everybody on the chat up very early. Thus, good morning to the Gael family. And stay with us here on your TT Radio. We're running a little behind time, but we are going for the break, and we will be back shortly.
There's no Christmas like Christmas on New Era TT Radio.
Oh, how I wish I were a child again, where poinsettias keep reminding you.
Christmas is family.
A Christmas gift of love. It's the kind of gift a man enjoys.
Christmas is love.
Have a Merry Christmas, my dear, and have a Happy New Year.
Merry Christmas from all of us here at New Era TT Radio, NETT Radio.
Charmflair Auto Services Limited, your one-stop auto repair shop, located at number 1 Industrial Lane, Charmflair, right opposite the brewery on the Eastern Main Road. Yes, we do it all. Repairs to all makes and models, from your everyday sedan to SUVs, light trucks, pickups, and panel vans. We're also the sole distributors of Davanti tires, certified VTS inspection station, plus a wide range of services: oil change, front end and suspension repairs, tune-ups, tire alignment, batteries, electrical work, radiator and cooling system, AC repairs, and accessories galore. We offer pickup and drop-off service too. Call us today at 662-6545 or 662-6572. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook. Charmflair Auto Services Limited, number 1 Industrial Lane, Charmflair. We do it all.
Looking for pet supplies that wouldn't bite? Visit Bow Wow Supply Limited, your friendly family-owned pet store at the corner of Cane Farm Avenue and 5th Street West, Cane Farm, Trinidad City.
We offer fabulous prices,
great service, and a wide range of foods, treats, toys, grooming products, and accessories. Everything your pet needs in one place. We are open Monday to Friday, 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Sundays from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Coming today, Bow Wow Supply Limited, Cane Farm Avenue and 5th Street West, Cane Farm, Trinidad City. Your pet's friendly place. Call us at 640-7184.
It's Christmas. Can't do it without black cake, homemade bread, sweet bread, pone, pastel, and punch creme. Get it at Val's Kitchen in Dabadi. To place your order, call 758-0148. Yes, delivery can be arranged. Val's Kitchen, Dabadi.
Black cake I love, with one shall be mine.
S&H Rum Box, 137 Western Main Road, St. James, for all your retail and wholesale needs for alcohol and non-alcoholic beverages. Call us at 686-0599 or visit us at 137 Western Main Road, St. James. S&H Rum Box, drinking out of the box.
Ho, ho, ho! This Christmas, small businesses This one's just for you. Get your brand, your product, your business in front of thousands every single day on New Era TT Radio, NETT Radio, and Gaia Caribbean TV. And here's the gift you've been waiting for. Radio and television advertising has never been more affordable anywhere else. We are talking unbelievable real rates. Prices no one else can offer you for primetime slots that put your business right where your customers are watching and listening. So call us today at 299-5156 and turn your Christmas into real results and real profits with affordable advertising so you too can say Merry Christmas.
We are back and we go straight into today's newspapers. Apparently Richard sleeping late these days, he don't walk on the road. So today, of course, is December 18th, 2025, Thursday. Derek Tadier's, or Tadio, according to Richard, 10-day kidnap ordeal ends. That's absolutely great news. They didn't speak about his wife, though. I don't know why.
No, they said that the wife is still not the wife is still missing.
Oh, I didn't know.
At least that was one of the news items that came across last night.
Oh dear. Sorry to hear that. Home invasion law in effect. It's now in effect. Brian Lara to make test debut. I don't know what that is about. And some other related stories. Car park thefts reported at Trinity Mall and Eastgate. Well, Trinity Mall always had that issue because of the expansive nature of the car park. But I know one time they had that eye in the sky thing there to look around, but I don't know what's going on. They normally have people moving around on those what they call those scooters thing, Richard? The two-wheeler thing that they ride around with. I used to see that there at Trinity Mall also. I don't know what's happening. Schoolgirl steals mom's car, seriously injured in crash. What story is that? Crackdown across the island, casinos, contraband, drugs, and guns. And of course, the police commissioner led a raid down at Pier 3 yesterday in Chaguaramas and seized a whole set of contraband items like cases of vodka and scotch and all manner of things. Driver walked free. They arrested, I think, 16 people. They detained 16 people. Driver walks free in Tobago crash that killed fire officer and wife. That's a very tragic story. And in the Caribbean Sea, 12 tankers carrying sanctioned Venezuelan crude. I don't know what story is that. All right, so those are some of the trending stories in today's Express. You can buy your copy of it at the nearest shop or snack it. Or vendor. All right. Richard, your mic is off.
I just see it turning red in front of my eyes. So I say, wait, like I'm off. So the trending stories in the Newsday today. PM pays tribute to dearest sister, Dr. Daphne Phillips Gaskin. U.S. donates equipment to prison service. 8 more scrap iron inspectors to be hired. 10 Caroni households get disaster relief grants. And Bashmit Karamath named chairman of RFHL Holdings, Republic Financial Holdings chairman.
Limited.
Republic Financial earns $2.4 billion in profits. Guerra retains KC to challenge detention. And Trini's ducking margarita. Agencies insist island safe. That's it. I don't know you could insist that Margarita Island is safe. I suppose you could insist.
And there are people in the Guardian this morning. Nurses want wage talks settled by February 2026. PNM to address controversy involving Arima Mayor. That's a big thing, Wendell.
Well, I don't know. Is it that they're having a special general council?
I don't know.
Because I remember, don't forget, and well, I didn't remember before, but you remember there was a UNC councillor in the last term who decided he ain't supporting the UNC, and he went to a meeting with the PNM local government meeting, and the UNC cussed that man and sidelined him. Of course, they didn't select him. Samuel Sanka was his name. You remember that him? It's almost a similar situation playing out. Well, I don't know that the PNM will get as bitter as the UNC got back then with Samuel. You know?
Anyhow, cabinet to consider tabling Morris Julian fire report in Parliament. Not in that. PM says TNT not involved in the U.S. blockade against Venezuela. Businessman released by kidnappers. No sign of wife. House clears Trump to use full force against Venezuela cartels. And Venezuela Parliament condemns Trump action via declaration. So those are the Guardian stories this morning.
You know how you could I'm gonna pull it. Let me do respond to it, because I want to get the opinion of people about this Trinidad's involvement in this blockade of the Venezuela. Do you believe that we are involved? Yes or no? That will be our poll today. So I'm vocalizing it before I even type it to Sir Charles.
All right, so now is the point for Did You Know segment, which of course is now up for sponsorship, just like our news segments, etc. So our Did You Know segment for this morning.
You went viral for laying out 10 steps to autocracy. Run us through those steps so we all know.
Okay, so this happens in every nation that has become an autocracy, having been a democracy. So whether we're talking about Brazil with Bolsonaro, or India, or Putin and Russia, the Philippines with Duterte. So start with winning an election. Mm-hmm. Usually the last one you're going to get to have for real. Number two, you have an expansion of executive power. The president decides he wants more than he's supposed to have. Number three, you start to make the Congress complicit. So you weaken them and you neutralize or neuter the judiciary. Like, the Supreme Court is giving you unfettered power and saying we don't have the ability to stop things. Then you move on to firing all of the people who know how to make government work. Mm-hmm. So you gut the civil service. And you do that because you want to break democracy so people forget the stuff that used to get done. So you can't get your Social Security check. So the CDC doesn't know what diseases are anymore. Mm-hmm. Then you put in place these loyalists, people who are only responsive to you. You put them in charge of the FBI so they go after your enemies. You put them in charge of the Department of Justice, the Department of Defense, so they can signal to their friends and tell them all about the evil plans that you have. Then you make certain that you break how we communicate. So you criticize the media and you create your own echo chamber of propaganda. You call it truth even though you know you're lying. Then you go to the next step, and I call that step 7. Because at step 7, you have to blame someone. You have to blame people for the broken government, for the broken promises. So you go after DEI. You go after the vulnerable, the dispossessed. You go after any community that doesn't look like what you think power should be. While you're doing that, you make certain that in step 8, you eliminate anybody who can help them. So you sue law firms that do pro bono cases. You go after philanthropies and accuse them of giving money to the wrong people. You go after colleges and universities that can teach people possibly what else they should know. You get to step 9 and you start to encourage and incentivize private violence. You send the U.S. Marines into spaces they should not be. You send the National Guard in. You kidnap people off of the streets and pretend that's normal, because that's how you quiet dissent, because you make everyone afraid that if they don't do what you want, they might be next. And once you've done those 9 steps, step 10 is easy. That's when you decide there won't be new elections, because everyone's either afraid, poor, broken, or complicit.
Okay. Wow. Well, while you have the ear of the people right now and on their television sets, what is it that they can do to help avoid this and make a change in this?
Thank you. So I want to give credit to Kim Sheppel, who is a professor at Princeton. She came up with the framework. I've adapted it and potentially editorialized it more than she did. But I also want to give credit to the Robert F. Kennedy Foundation, not the lesser successor, but the real guy. We can fight back. We can remember that we do have power. They don't want dissent, so protest. They want us to forget that before we had power, we had each other. So when they break democracy, when they break the Social Security system, when they slash SNAP benefits and Medicaid, make sure you're checking on your neighbors. Make sure we're using mutual aid. But also tell the truth. Do not let the propaganda win. Too often they tell a lie. They will tell a lie so often it sounds like the truth. We say the truth one time, and when people don't applaud, we stop talking. We've got to keep telling the truth, not only to push back against them, but to remind us that we are entitled to the truth. We have to believe that freedom of assembly means it's more than just going to protest. It's the ability to be friends with people who aren't like you. And we have to stop believing that we are in this alone. The most effective thing they do is isolate us. They convince us that you and I don't have any common cause, and we certainly don't have common cause with someone who has a different history than we do. When we hold to our truth, when we actually believe in ourselves and our people, when we believe in democracy as something that must deliver, that's when we start to fight back. And that's when they lose, because they win when we are too numb or too afraid to act.
All right.
Is that Stacey Abrams?
Yeah, it is.
That's a very, very, how I should put it, interesting. Maybe that's not the word I want. Maybe I want a stronger word. But she has it spot on.
Yeah.
Spot on.
All right. This is the point at which we open up our lines and for you to get interactive with us about whatever topic. So there are the numbers, 281-1315 or 299-5156.
All right. Yeah, so we're taking your calls. We don't have a specific guest for today. So maybe today, for the next Thursday, Friday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, you get to talk, and we'll invite you one of the days next week. I will propose that to the guys, that you could come on screen with us. You understand? Let me see your face. Let me see who you are. But we have a poll. As I said, the poll this morning when Sir Charles puts it up. In the meantime, you could call. So we'll give you a lot of time to vote today. Do you believe that Trinidad and Tobago is in... Hey, why that come up? Do you believe that Trinidad and Tobago is involved in the blockade of Venezuela by the U.S.? You understand? Yeah. So we're taking your calls now, 281-1315, 299-5156.
Good morning, Wendell, Richard, and Sir Charles.
Morning.
Morning, my dear. First time I'm calling you. This is okay. This is first time I'm calling you. But you see that video or your show just now? I find out she had that video every day for people to remind themselves. And that would be very nice if we had that video every day to remind Trinidad and Tobago we are not alone. We are not fight the fight.
All right.
Right, and I love the program and keep on doing the good work.
Thank you very much, Suzette.
And all the best to the Christmas and the New Year.
Oh, definitely.
All right, Suzette.
Love you all.
Good seeing you by Rumbox the other day.
Of course. Yeah.
All right.
St. James, I go Docky.
All right then. Take care.
Have a blessed one.
Bye-bye.
Are we having problems on Guile this morning, Sir Charles?
I'm not sure.
I can
check. You don't double check that.
Hold on, I can check for you all. My TV right in front of me. Hold on. I know that TGT canceled their program. I got a message this morning very early from an unlikely person.
But they canceled it. Yeah, they canceled. Tomorrow is the last show, isn't it?
Is it tomorrow or today?
I thought it's tomorrow. Is it today?
Steve Kahn. When I get up, I see a message of Steve Kahn. I say, oh. Yes,
you're right.
Final episode is December 19th, yes.
Yeah, but it will be today.
That's today? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Morning, Steve.
No, the 19th is tomorrow. What are you saying? But the 19th is tomorrow. That's Friday.
Well, it is tomorrow.
Yeah.
Almost similar, I remember. Didn't we finish on the 19th?
It's not weird that, and you know, I like that morning show. Well, I mean, we kind of compete with them now, but, so I can't watch it.
I don't know it at all.
But when we weren't on, I used to watch it from time to time if I was up that early.
All right. I don't know it. I remember that guy who acts with you, and he was part of it?
He is part of it, Rokas.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, we have a caller. Good morning.
Good morning, fellas. Season greetings to you all. Very interesting video. Very, very, very interesting video. The last caller just said that you also really show that videos so often because we tend to forget our rights. And I think the democracy or the government at the day, wherever part of the world, they tend to put things in place that the people who supposed to do or at least seek their rights, they make them feel like they're dummies. And that video is very interesting. I must say that I congratulate you fellas for that. I think so far, I mean, listen to all US stations, you're one of the greatest so far. They make it the public aware that they have rights, and that is important because sometimes people really forget that they really have rights. Because you hear people talking and you really wonder. So that's a very good show, very good presentation for this morning, and keep the good fight, you know. And we'll have a happy New Year, and Merry Christmas and a happy New Year and everything, right? And take care of yourself, right? God bless you all. Man.
Yeah, thanks, caller. No, we are not on via Gaia, actually. I don't know what is that on the screen now.
Oh, I thought one of you all used to check it every morning.
No, I generally don't, you know. But well, not anymore because I get fed up. But I've checked it now because I did get a message from RRRS Productions. RSRR, sorry.
Well, Penelope Spencer brought it to my attention. She said it's not on.
Yeah.
And so
So apparently there is a problem with the VPN again. But I will see what I can do now that I'm alerted, right? Caller, good morning to you.
Good morning. Calling from Arima.
Morning, Arima.
Good morning.
Morning, yes, morning. I have two concerns. The issue concerning the USA blockade. Apparently, the truth was revealed this week that it's not about drugs. It's about oil. And also that radar in Tobago. Apparently, I am a bit nervous because our Prime Minister is she's still saying that it's about drugs when the US is saying it's not about drugs. Also, what about tourism in Tobago? It will be affected. I am very worried. Thank you very much.
It has been affected, don't it?
Yeah, it has been affected, yeah. But according to Miss Haddad, it's been affected since 2007?
Yes, it was very clear that it's been affected a long time. This is just exacerbating the situation.
Yeah. But again, people, our poll is up. Do you believe that TNT is involved in the blockade of Venezuela by the US? The Prime Minister says no, we are not involved. But I would just I wouldn't refer to a comment I saw earlier on, but I totally agree.
All right, Kuala, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Charles.
Morning to you, sir.
Yeah, how things?
I go with Mr. Grant.
Yeah, you're very spicy this morning.
I got 5 o'clock like earlier, you know.
Mr. Grant.
They give me an award, you know. Although,
Mr. Grant.
Wendell, morning, brother.
Morning.
And Richard.
Good morning, Mr. Grant.
Good morning, your wife, Brody. Like, boy.
Mr. Grant, you on the road?
Nah, at home.
Your wife calling you?
Yeah. No, listen. I have a new thing for you. As Mr. Gavaro said, he don't want to leave his soul there. They be police and them in the bush to get mosquito bite. So anyhow, anytime Anybody know, they could put up some sign in front of the house. This house protected by mosquitoes. So no police can go invade them. You understand? I just watching how things going on with Trump and thing. And this woman keep lying to us. And somebody just said, we took educated. So Richard can make up with the mosquito for me for next year.
I find, Mr. Grant, I find that something like a good guy, so.
I'm telling you, somebody had to write something for you. You take care.
Mr. Grant, in the next hour, you'll call us back and tell us why they just call it guava season, right?
Well,
already interested to find out why that.
Well, because the guava would hard and because guava does constipate you, I think that's it. That is it. Where else it could be?
I don't know in case there's something else, but yeah. All right, so we're going for the news at 7:00 and we will be back. So continue to vote on the poll, people. Yes or no? And we will be back shortly.
The news you need, the clarity you deserve. Local, regional, global. This is NETT Radio News Now.
This is News Now on New Era TT Radio and Guile Caribbean TV. I'm Derek McMillan. Good day. Prime Minister Kamla Prasad Besessar has confirmed that Cabinet will consider whether the investigative report into the deaths of former MP Lisa Morris-Julian and her 2 children should be laid in Parliament. Speaking on Wednesday, she acknowledged strong public and media interest, saying the report will be taken to Cabinet for consideration, with a view to possible parliamentary disclosure. The report falls under the responsibility of Homeland Security Minister Roger Alexander. Fire Services Association President Keone Guy has also called for the report's release, saying transparency is needed to restore public trust, not to assign blame. He noted that while the fire service remains under strain, funding for new appliances has increased significantly. The family of Morris-Julian has publicly supported the report being made available. Lisa Morris-Julian and her children died in a house fire in Arima on December 16, 2024. The manufacturer of the ANTPS-80 GATOR radar installed in Tobago says the system is not designed for maritime surveillance. According to the New York Times, Northrop Grumman confirmed the radar is meant to detect and track airborne threats, not ground or sea targets. This comes after the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service credited the radar with providing intelligence that led to a $171 million marijuana seizure at the Coroni Swamp. The TTPS has not explained how the radar was used in that operation, and no arrests were made. U.S. Southern Command confirmed the radar was delivered with the approval of the government of Trinidad and Tobago to support anti-drug operations. Opposition leader Penelope Beckles has raised concerns about secrecy surrounding the radar's installation ahead of the 2026 Tobago House of Assembly election. The Ministry of Transport and Civil Aviation has announced new vehicle inspection rules, effective January 5, 2026, across Trinidad and Tobago. Approved vehicle testing stations, including VMCOTT, will now be allowed to inspect public service vehicles with a tare weight of up to 2,270 kilograms. Heavier PSVs will still be required to undergo inspections at licensing offices. VMCOTT will also be authorized to inspect goods vehicles exceeding 3,200 kilograms maximum gross weight. The ministry reminded vehicle owners that inspections are legally required under the Motor Vehicles and Road Traffic Act. Drivers must present original certified copies, insurance certificates, and valid driver's permits, with any engine or color changes properly updated. Vehicles must be engine and underwashed before inspection, and owners are advised not to apply shock oil until inspections are completed. A High Court judge has ruled that the Environmental Management Authority acted unlawfully in allowing a concrete batching plant in Chase Village to operate without proper environmental approval, ordering the facility to shut down. Justice Nadia Kangaloo quashed several EMA decisions, including the granting of a certificate of environmental clearance to Central Concrete and Pumps Limited, declaring them illegal, irrational, and procedurally unfair. The ruling followed a judicial review brought by Chase Village resident and pensioner Everton Phillip, who said he has endured years of noise and dust pollution from the Derrick Road plant. The court ordered the EMA to cancel the CEC and enforce an immediate shutdown until the company properly reapplies under the Environmental Management Act. Phillip was awarded damages and legal costs, with the amount to be assessed later. The orders are stayed until January 26, 2026. Multiple firearms, ammunition, and police-issued equipment were recovered during a series of anti-crime operations across Trinidad and Tobago on Tuesday, December 16th, the police service has confirmed. In Komodo, officers acting on intelligence searched an abandoned property along Komodo Main Road and recovered a pump-action shotgun and 2 bulletproof vests marked police. In a separate operation in San Rafael, police found a homemade 16-gauge shotgun hidden in a forested area along Arena Road. Meanwhile, an intelligence-led exercise in the Chaguanas district led to the discovery of a shotgun and several cartridges in a bushy area off Connector Road, Charlieville. No arrests were made, and investigations are continuing. The police service is urging the public to share information to help fight crime. Internationally, the United Nations has called for restraint and immediate de-escalation amid rising tensions between the United States and Venezuela, following President Donald Trump's announcement of a blockade of a Venezuelan oil tanker. UN Deputy Spokesperson Farhan Haq said the Secretary General is closely monitoring the situation and urging all parties to honor their obligations under international law, including the UN Charter, to safeguard peace in the region. When questioned on the legality of the blockade, Haq said the UN is reviewing the relevant legal frameworks, noting that all parties must abide by the Charter. He added that the issue may be taken up by the UN Security Council, as Venezuela plans to raise the matter internationally. The UN also said it has no information supporting US claims that Venezuela stole American oil or assets. And that's news at this time.
That was News Now. Stay informed with New Era TT Radio, NETT Radio.
Your mid-morning just got better. Join Sir Charles for the mid-morning mix and mingle, where good music, real talk, health, and family matters come together, and your voice is heard. Whether you're at work, on the go, or just taking a break, this is the perfect mix to keep you engaged, informed, and entertained. The mid-morning mix and mingle, weekdays, 9 a.m. to 12 noon on New Era TT Radio, NETT Radio.
Morning vibes, fresh energy. This is the NETT Radio Breakfast Show.
Hey! I went to the bed and I eat and I sleep and I wake and I'm ready to leave home. Hey! I went to the bed and I eat and I sleep and I wake and I'm ready to leave home. Hey! Sour, I come in there. Nova, I come in there. Santa Cruz, I come in there. Yes, a day and a day and day and a day. Victon, I come in there. John, I come in there. Lavanti, I come in there. Yes, a day and a day and I come in there. People, let's come on, people, let's go on. That is one thing I already know. Who said I cannot find me too high to check out my friends? Tell them I say no. This weekend's Christmas in the whole world. It's in Trinidad and Tobago. The reason why this thing is so sweet is tonight it's fun again to unfold. Arima, I come in there to Napuna. I come in there, Aruka. I come in there, yes a day and a day and a day and a day. Ramen, I come in there, Point Fortin. I come in there, Pico Martin. I come in there, yes a day and a day and I come in there. Anybody who wants Johnny White to provide them are not thinking twice. They could have be down in Fajapan. They could have be in Paradise Heights. If they don't have, I will not complain. Bring all the Hennessy and punching. The women win and single barrel. And party ginger beer and this orange. Brandy, I come in there, Tom Safari. I come in there, Petit Valley. I come in there, yes a day and a day and a day and a day. The Arrow, I come in there, Palaceto. I come in there, Bon Diablo. I come in there, yes a day and a day and I come in there. I went to the bed and I eat and I sleep and I wake and I'm ready to leave home. come in there. I panty, I come in there. Yes, a day and a day and I come in there. Brandy, I come in there. Tom Safari, I come in there. Petit Paris, I come in there. Yes, a day and a day and a day and a day. Liaro, I come in there. Paraseco, I come in there. Bon Diablo, I come in there. Yes, a day and a day and I come in there.
Mornings just got better. You're locked into NETT Radio Breakfast Show. Fueling your day with the best music and real talk.
All right, people, and of course we are back inside the second hour here on New Era TT Radio, NETT Radio, taking you above and beyond, and also on Gaia Caribbean TV. I understand that they just got it sorted out. Thank you very much to all the people that monitor it for us. Right? So it's good to have you inside of the second hour, wherever you may be coming in from. Thank you very much for making that choice this morning and every morning, as we are just a few more days before Christmas. 1 week actually before Christmas. Yeah, the countdown is on. I'm feeling good. And of course, just to let you know that when we come off of the Kyle field after 8 o'clock, well, you can listen to us all day, every day throughout the holidays on NewEraTTRadio.com. New Era TT Radio on TuneIn. Put it in your browser, you get us. You get us on all your Alexa and Google devices. You can hook us up. Of course, when you go to our social media pages, Facebook and YouTube, like and subscribe. And don't forget to hit our support, donate buttons, so you can help us to stay on air, right? Alright, so the poll is up. Do you believe that TNT, Trinidad and Tobago, is involved in the blockade of the blockade of Venezuela by the U.S.? Right, so do you think that we are involved in the blockade? Yes or no? Continue to vote, and we will be back shortly. Ho, ho, ho! This Christmas, small businesses, this one's just for you. Get your brand, your product, your business in front of thousands every single day on New Era TT Radio, NETT Radio, and Gaia Caribbean TV. And here's the gift you've been waiting for. Radio and television advertising has never been more affordable anywhere else. We are talking unbelievable real rates. Prices no one else can offer you for primetime slots that put your business right where your customers are watching and listening. So, call us today at 299-5156 and turn your Christmas into real results and real profits with affordable advertising, so you too can say Merry Christmas.
It's Christmas. Can't do it without black cake, homemade bread, sweet bread, pone, pastel, and punch crème. Get it at Val's Kitchen in Dabadi. To place your order, call 758-0148. Yes, delivery can be arranged. Val's Kitchen, Dabadi.
Looking for pet supplies that wouldn't bite? Visit Bow Wow Supply Limited, your friendly family-owned pet store at the corner of Cane Farm Avenue and 5th Street West, Cane Farm, Trin City.
We offer fabulous prices,
great service, and a wide range of foods, treats, toys, grooming products, and accessories. Everything your pet needs in one place. We are open Monday to Friday, 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Sundays from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Coming today, Bow Wow Supply Limited, Cane Farm Avenue and 5th Street West, Cane Farm, Trin City. Your pet's friendly place. Call us at 640-7184.
S&H Rumbox, 137 Western Main Road, St. James, for all your retail and wholesale needs for alcohol and non-alcoholic beverages. Call us at 686-0599 or visit us at 137 Western Main Road, St. James. S&H Rumbox, drinking out of the box.
Charm Flair Auto Services Limited, your one-stop auto repair shop. located at number 1 Industrial Lane, Chamflair, right opposite the brewery on the Eastern Main Road. Yes, we do it all. Repairs to all makes and models, from your everyday sedan to SUVs, light trucks, pickups, and panel vans. We're also the sole distributors of Davanti tires, certified VTS inspection station, plus a wide range of services: oil change, front end and suspension repairs, tune-ups, tire alignment, batteries, electrical work, radiator and cooling system, AC repairs, and accessories galore. We offer pickup and drop-off service too. Call us today at 662-6545 or 662-6572. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook. Chamflair Auto Services Limited, number 1 Industrial Lane, Chamflair. We do it all.
There's no Christmas like Christmas on New Era TT Radio.
Laughing children tug at Mr. Santa. Teddy bears.
Feel the laughter, the lights, the love. That's what Christmas feels like.
Christmas Eve, casually I was walking down the street. One Christmas Eve, casually
We keep the joy alive and the music playing all season long. Merry Christmas from your friends at New Era TT Radio, taking you above and beyond.
Merry Christmas, everybody!
All right, so we are back.
Yes, we are. For a brief moment there, I lost complete power in my laptop. I don't know how the hell I didn't get an alert that my battery is low.
Wow.
I hadn't plugged in my laptop for the morning, and just so it went completely blank. Yeah, Mike.
It happens like that, sometimes you just forget all of these little things, that you need to do. Sometimes in the morning, because I'm getting up, I'm feeling like Captain Ron some mornings, I can imagine like him, on a plane, you had to double check, make sure every switch, this, that is on in the right place. And sometimes, I do that 2 or 3 times, and I know I have half the switches that he probably have to check it. And I will still forget something. Like sometimes you realize I make back the switch for the echo and all that kind of thing.
Yeah, I often wonder the life of a pilot, what it's like. You have to be so meticulous and so careful. I wonder if it transcends into other parts of your life. Like you go home and you have to make sure this is done this way, this is this way, it's correct. I often wonder, we must interview Captain Ron one of these days.
Yeah, because so much depends on you. You can't afford to make anything go wrong.
No, you can't. You have to get everything right. Absolutely perfect at all times.
Yeah.
Because so many people's lives depend on you.
One little thing, you forget to put on this, or you make a mistake and put on that too early.
But I do the other day, and not for the first time, but I did it the other day and I regretted it. I left my hose on. I was topping up my pond, right? Well, I was wetting plants, and then I would just rest the hose in the pond so I'll go and switch it on. And somewhere along the line, I get distracted and left that hose on and left home for about 2 hours. Well, I don't have to tell you what happened. Right? It emptied my tank. It filled up, overflowed the pond, emptied my tank, burned the compressor, the pump in the room. And when I come back home, I say, why am I not getting water? It's because the tank's empty. The pump runs so long it burn out. I say, Jesus Christ, Wendell. Man.
Yeah. Just by that. You just leave that there. You just forget.
I went on the road to St. Charles with the intention of coming back right away. But still, that's no excuse. I just left the hose on and that was it. Pump overflow, tank pond overflow, tank empty, pump burn out.
Money to spend.
No water in the house.
Money to spend.
Everything went wrong in just that one lapse. You understand? Oh, Lord.
Yeah, I know how that is. I mean, like sometimes, like we're here, and on one or two occasions, like when we don't have water, which is plenty, we don't have water now because certain days we just don't have water. So I have to make it a kind of routine to go and check the taps and make sure they're off before I go to bed now, because on a couple of occasions we did not do that. Somebody may have turned on the tap in the bathroom or in one of the sinks, and during the night it overflowed the whole house.
Yeah.
The neighbor called her downstairs, hey, water
running.
When you come out, the water leave the bathroom running out straight through the living room going outside.
Oh, gosh.
That is a frustration.
I never flood my house. I flood my pond.
But everything had to move out, you know. Carpet just had to get to. Oh gosh. When don't flood the house, huh?
Oh gosh. Anyway, let's get into a poll. Do you believe that Trinidad and Tobago is involved in the blockade of Venezuela by the US? We could count. Richard is just missing in action for just a bit. So Sir Charles will do the counting, right?
Yeah.
You ready?
Yeah.
Right. Jasoja Ramla Khan, no. Miguel Gonzalez, yes. Yes. Nes Nicole, the correct name is Stacey Abrams. My apologies for saying Abraham. Somebody had typed Abraham before. Ava Smith, yes. Josie Richardson, yes. Apollonius, yes. Derek Duncan, yes. Lester Cragwell, yes. And Lester Cragwell, your comment earlier on is what I agreed with. That you have a radar here, so then you're involved. Once you allow the radar to be here, you're involved because they're using the radar. Patricia Reed, yes. Rena Boodoo Jennings, yes. Slick Money Grip, yes. Miles Walcott, yes. Nicola McNichols, yes. Victor Phillip, no. Elizabeth, that's Suzette, yes. Trini Gets Fit, yes. Colted Finch, yes. Staubin, yes. Gregory Boyer, yes. Suzanne Jessup, yes. Somebody giving a reason for go overseas in here via Google. Scorpion Pepper didn't vote. Joseph Clement, yes. That's where the votes. A lot of chat. Avion Abraham, yes. Eunice Dublin, yes. Valerie Mendoza, yes. Far Rockaway, no. Carol Guevara, yes. Carlisle Cupid, yes. Beauty Culture, no. Diane Payne, yes. A lot of chat. Chima Paul, yes. A lot of chat. I can't read all that chat out there. James Kamau, yes. Marlene Saunders Sobers, yes. Michael Cadet, yes. Anon, yes. Dave Gosine, yes. Trini Merle Kitchen, yes. And Ian Stewart, no. Those are the votes I have on the chat.
Okay.
I hope I didn't
All right, so let me tell you what I got on the WhatsApp here, as I try to multitask with everything going on here right now. Where did it start here for me, boy? Only bear with me a little bit. Right. So we had Trinidad and Tobago, yes. Pauline, no. Linda, no. Peter, yes. Zena, yes. Archbishop Ashton Clark, yes. Kenwin, no. Frank in Aruka, no. Peter, no. Captain Ron, yes. Junior, no. Mahi, yes. Kurt Edwards, yes. Robert, yes. Brenda, yes. Any others you have there, Wendell?
No, that's it. I ended at Ian Stewart. You know, somebody go try to sneak in late there, but we could go ahead with that. We could go ahead with that count there.
All right. So we had like 50.
To counter with Charles.
Yeah. All right. So right? We had 50 people on the poll this morning, and we had 35 of them saying yes, and 15 saying no.
All right, so it wasn't a runaway. It wasn't a runaway by any stretch. Some people are asking for the evidence, but the evidence is there. We have allowed a radar to be planted on our soil. We have allowed planes to land, military planes from the US to land both here and in Tobago. I mean, it stands to reason if the US has declared a blockade on Venezuela, that you're involved because you allowed certain machinery from the US to be used to aid in that blockade. I mean, that's common sense. It's a no-brainer, you're right. It is. You know, I mean, what price we'll pay? Hopefully none. Hopefully we never pay a price. You understand? So somebody tell me, anyway, we'll never leave that. I can tell people what places not to target. I can't tell people places to target. There's no target by me, right? Don't come Merima and don't come St. James. Please leave those two places alone.
Well, when it comes to the blockade, I don't necessarily we are involved in influencing anything where our blockade is concerned.
I ain't say we influencing. That's you're using a different word there now.
Yeah. What's the word?
Our poll didn't say influencing a blockade. Our poll says if we involved, and by virtue, and I gave that reason. By virtue of us allowing a radar, a U.S. military radar to be used here. It's being used for aircraft. It's not for finding boats. I mean, people have already dispelled that. It's not for boats, it's for air. Okay? And by reason of us allowing that to be here and allowing the U.S. military to land their planes here and in Tobago, you're involved. Whether you think you're involved in a big way, or because the U.S. probably not telling us anything yet either. They're doing what they need to do, but be involved by virtue of them using here. You understand? You're involved. I ain't saying we involved in such a big way that we could call shots. I don't think
influencing, Well, maybe
we can't influence nothing.
But well then maybe that word that you put there, I I don't know how to already go with that because involve and I thinking influence and having but if you said that we are, we take it we are a minority partner.
Yeah, so one way or the other we involved.
If there's money to come out of the business, if we get 2%, we may not get 60%. All right, okay, I hear you. I hear you. That's a kind of trick poll, eh?
Well, all polls could be considered tricky. All polls could be considered tricky.
That's a tricky poll.
We didn't use the word blockade, Jason Samuel. That was the word used to describe what's happening. It's a blockade. The American president is who's saying he has blockaded Venezuela and for sanctioned vessels. Not so? We didn't use that word. We didn't invent that word. Right? They have been blockaded. Not so? Anyway, let's go. Let's take some calls now, folks. As I say, haven't heard from Sankofa on the chat for a little while. Annie Bunyan, I see you posting statuses, but I haven't seen you on the chat for a little while.
And I haven't heard from Miss Sampson. Miss Sampson, where are you?
Nah, she there, man.
I don't worry about Miss Sampson. I have to make sure she all right and thing.
Well, that bag will be pumping this weekend and this Christmas season, yeah.
Oh, into the Christmas, Miss Sampson can't sleep. Anyway, we're going to the lines. Let's take your calls. Caller, good morning to you.
Sir Charles, morning.
Morning, Dabity.
Yeah, Wendell, morning.
Morning.
Well, where's Richard? Richard, good morning. Going to make coffee.
Yeah.
Anyway, so first of all, we don't have any influence over what Donald Trump does. We take orders. So there's nothing about influence with that part of it. So, the answer, it had nothing to do with influence, but that was the question you all had asked if you're involved. And I said yes, because if we were not involved, We will not have any planes flying in up there and any radar in Tobago. So we are involved. And you know something, if we did not have, if the US, did not have easy access to Venezuela because we are only between 7 or 9 miles away, it might not be talking so big and bad, you know? It would have been like, we have some time to do things, but because they have easy access from Trinidad, they get it on bad now, right? So that's one part. So the other part, the blockade, where America, the blockade for all the what do you call it, oil tankers and so on, that's sanctioned oil tankers I'm talking about. From other countries that taking oil or carrying oil to carrying whatever to Venezuela. You see what happening now? Venezuela. I feel Maduro, Maduro is a real strong man, Maduro is using his own navy to escort those oil tankers to the Asian and through these waters, and they can't interfere with them because those things are not sanctioned. So I feel America now will look for some other way to sanction something about that, so they won't be able to escort the Navy, the Venezuelan Navy won't be able to escort those oil tankers to wherever they have to go. So America it's not as America, not Donald Trump. He just kicking the can down the road as he goes along. Every time he bunks up something, he changing the tune. Every time. So it's I think nothing will take place. I think they're just trying to force President Maduro to just give up. So he's just edging, but nothing will take place. I
think that's the intention to Miss Mendoza. Okay. I think that's the intention to just get Maduro to say, look, this ain't worth it now. To hell with all you. I
say that too. I agree. So, and next thing, although he had pardoned the former Honduran president for doing worse than he claimed Maduro had done, or still doing, I understand, from a social report from American blogger, that he was the Honduran president, was convicted back home. I don't know if you all read that.
Yes.
So he got pardoned by Trump, but in Honduras he was convicted. So I still want to follow up on that to see if that is true.
Yeah.
And finally, my last point, I can't understand for the life of me why some people still saying that Donald Trump is only about Miyako. Why it is that they can't see all of this thing happening and you want to take all these expensive assets just to go and search for drugs from one country? and Donald Trump already said that the thing's slowing down. If the drugs slowing down, so we're going to it more and more aircrafts. I think people are dreaming, yes? And as I say, nothing is going to happen.
Yeah.
Okay, no problem.
So all of a sudden now we have to believe that drug boats stop running. That we had to believe that then, because it's been a while since an alleged drug boat was blown to smithereens or killed violently. It's been a while.
No, right? Just the other day, I think a few people, a couple of days ago, they had something, 2 or 3 days ago. Yeah, they had a boat. Yes.
No, the last thing was the raiding of the tanker, the oil tanker.
No, but they had some other thing with some boat also where about a few people were killed also. I will try and see if I can find it.
Since the oil tanker issue?
No, yeah, I think since the oil tanker.
Okay. Right.
Or probably just around the same time, somewhere around it. But they had something that happened.
Okay.
Do we have a caller? Caller, good morning.
Oh, yes, good morning. Good morning to the breakfast show, one of the better shows. And the morning time, I want to take this opportunity, maybe about 13 days before the year, in wishing you all a Merry Christmas, all three of you all, and your family also. I want to say be safe, but safety uttermost in your life, especially this time when driving using the roadway. You all are three wise men, as I said, the only words to come out of my mouth this morning. Three wise men, and who is spreading very good information, informative and interactive. And I have enjoyed being with you all for the last how much months. I want to thank you, Sir Charles, especially for keeping me informed any changes of the program and take. Have a blessed day, guys, and stay good. Take care of your family,
Billy.
And see you all. Bye-bye.
Your sentiments are most appreciated. Thank you, Mr. Billy.
Definitely.
Well, you all don't just wish us Merry Christmas. Send gifts now. Oh gosh. God is good, I know.
But you know, this morning I played a song, the staff party. I say, you know, I ain't gonna staff party this year.
Yeah,
I ain't invited to the staff party this year.
Yeah,
Captain
I
Ron.
ain't invited to any either.
Good morning, gentlemen. Morning.
Hi, Captain Ron.
Listen, so Charles, first let me start with you. I don't know why, but I think you need to be more assertive and call it as you see it. I don't know if you're studying that they might come out against you, bring charges against you, but calling you for what it is. All right, don't worry, we will bail you. We're gonna bail you. Yeah,
Captain Ron, he is being an agent provocateur. That's what he's being.
Captain Ron, I'm happy to know that you will be there.
Yeah, I'll be there to bail you. I promise you that.
No problem.
I will bail you.
No problem.
But the thing is, and according to the last call, the lady from Arima, it's way past the drug system now. He already said Venezuela stole their oil and property. I don't know where Donald Trump in his crazy head got that from. Right? I don't know where he got that from. But I feel Kamala Prasad has involved Trinidad in any way. Remember that joke I told you what John Adaptation said? When the woman and the husband fighting, and he decided to pick up the oranges, and the guy started punching him and say, "You picking up pussy?" That's the same situation there. You know? So she has involved Trinidad and Tobago in this nonsense. And I would like you all to, that clip you played there where the woman is breaking down how you destroy democracy. If you all could send a copy of it for me and play it again before you all go, or play it later in the day. Because it's actual facts what Trump and they're doing. Yeah. He is trying to do all of this to stay for he wants to be like Hussein or Saddam Hussein. He's the American Saddam Hussein. Understand? And people mustn't be afraid to talk, because that's what they want us to do, is to be scared of them. As the thing said, they want us to be scared. And that lady hit the nail on the head.
Yeah,
same thing has to do. Stop being scared of speaking the truth. If they lock you up, let them lock you up for telling the truth. That's a lie. Anyway, please, when one of you guys get a chance, send a copy of it for me, please. I appreciate it very much. Have a great day.
A couple people will ask me for it, though. But I'll ask Richard to share it with us, so that I could share it with some of the folks who have asked for it. Right? But maybe if you just Google Stacey Abrams and / Anthony Anderson, you'll probably get it, because Anthony Anderson was the person who was interviewing her. Does he act anymore? I haven't seen him in a movie role in a long time.
Yeah.
He wasn't, the last thing he was in that series Blackish, but which was very popular, and I think he's a producer on some new shows coming out.
Okay, he was pretty good as an actor. I was watching Romeo Must Die the other day when he acted in that with Jet Li, you know. But I'm watching over too many old things these days. Yes, I don't know why.
Caller, good morning.
Good morning, Glenda, and the crew. Morning to the crew.
Morning.
I want to find out something. Do you all have any information concerning when citizens go to the embassy they need to open their phone?
We're not hearing a word you say.
Yeah, you kind of soft, caller. I don't know if you can speak up a little bit.
Yeah, do you have any information with citizens when they go to the embassy they have to carry their phones? They must open their phones so they can check the data in their phones?
Oh, I don't know that.
No.
Did that actually happen to someone?
No. I think what has happened is that the U.S. embassy. This is my interpretation of it. The U.S. Authorities have requested that you open your social media profiles, have them on open, meaning some people close their social media profiles. And if you go on Facebook, some people say my profile is locked.
Yes.
So they're just requesting that you open it. And they're now requesting it for certain types of visas beyond the regular tourist visa, which they always requested it for, because they ask you what your social media handles are, what your names are on social media when you're applying for a regular visa, tourist visa. And they just request that be open so that they could check it if they want to check it. But now they're requesting it for other types of visas. And I think even for people who have visa waivers, like people who are in the European Union and stuff like that, they're requesting, which is a new requirement, that people on those ESTA entry requirements now have to unlock their profiles so that they can check to see your social media. But it has been, as far as I'm aware, it has always been an issue. It has always been requested for regular visas, which was what most people apply for in terms of the tourist visa. That was always requested, that your social media be not locked and that you say what your profiles are on your social media. So it's nothing new. But so it's nothing that they want to see your phone. They will check it, and I suppose they do random checks of people or something like that.
Yeah. And they would have checked that even before you got to the embassy.
Let me say all of this. That is my understanding of it. If it's something different, well, then.
I think you're right, Richard. It's the social media, not the actual phone.
Yeah, it's your social media accounts. Because some people lock their account.
Yeah.
Some people lock it. So you can't get access to it unless you're an actual friend.
Yes.
And so they're saying, no, you have to be open. Your social
Gotta
media
be public.
account. Be open. Yeah.
All right, caller, good morning to you.
Good morning, Sir Charles.
Morning.
Good morning, Renda. Good morning, Richard.
Morning.
Sir Charles, and to your listeners. You know, it amazes me the behavior of our people, you know. President Ali, who in Guyana, who is in the heat of the problem with Venezuela, and in the middle of Venezuela and America, nobody in Guyana is scared. But Chile, who have no idea what's happening with this whole geopolitics, scared. But when we have massive water by people waste, people finding a time to find a little place to drink from and to party. But they tell me they're scared now because some planes flying in the sky and radar. We are raiders. We have the American citizens before 1945. I was born in 1945. Yes, when they called Chinese Chile. All that time we had almost about 5 American bases in Trinidad. American is not bases are not new to Trinidad. Americans are always here. What's the problem with Trinidadians? What is this about scared? And that's nothing is gonna happen. You think someone to fight a guerrilla war like the war they fight in Vietnam? To get Maruno, you have to fight a guerrilla war in Venezuela. You think America going to a guerrilla war where American children will die? That never happen. All this bandering and bandering is just talk, you know. Nothing will happen. It's just politics. And we have to understand that. And stop this politics. We have more important issues in this country to deal with. We want to have a good Christmas, and a lot of people have a breakfast. They have a meal. They don't know how their children going to school in January. Those are the issues I think we should be concerned about. I mean, as far as I am concerned, but we care about Venezuela and America and the Prime Minister encouraging it. If she didn't agree with America, what do you think would happen to that? Look what's happening to Dominica. Look what's happening to even and the Pambabula. You want to get sanctions America if we agree with that? You want charity in that position? You know, our biggest market, you know, people are wrestle themselves and pray to God and that will look to see another year and enjoy life. Yes? God bless.
Thank you. I suspect I know who that is.
Yeah, I think I know that voice from.
And not just the voice, he's been on the chat too. I'm sure that's Bishop Philip, Victor Philip.
Right, I think that's.
Yeah, I think that's him. I think that was him. A good point was made by someone just now. Where did it go? Hold on. Right. Right. The interview with Stacey Abrams. No, I just saw where the person chat gone boy who made the point about you can't even go in the embassy with your phone anyway, so they won't be asking for your phone. All right, Lend-Lease 1972. Richard is right. Also remember that the embassy is a no phone zone, so phones aren't allowed in any event. So it's not your phone they check it. It's your social media account they want access to, and they probably would have accessed it even before you even got there for that interview.
Long time.
You understand? So, yeah, you can't, they could not have checked your phone because you can't go with your phone anyway, right? Good point, Lenleys, whoever you are. Right? So we're taking some calls all the way up to 8 o'clock and, well, all the way up to 8 o'clock. But Richard had to give Richard some time to talk.
Talk about what?
Anything.
I don't want to talk about anything.
Foul cocking running again these days?
Nope.
That's it?
Theatre is closed until after Carnival.
Okay. After Carnival? My God. All right. Well, there you go. But we'll be here. I hope.
Right.
God willing.
Caller coming through. Caller, good morning.
Yeah, morning. Wendell.
Mr. Patrick, what happened in the mall now?
Morning, Mr. Patrick.
What happened in the mall? There are people in the mall trying to take people's cards, skimming people's cards. And there are people in the mall in the car park.
Mr. Patrick, you know that video was shared in 2019, that exact same video with the skimming car, where they had the cougar. That was shared in 2019.
So it's an old video, Mr. Patrick. So stop spreading misinformation.
I don't know. That's why I heard the news say the whole people anymore. Yesterday I heard that too.
I know the man that robbed
tell you, that is a video from 2019.
Well, back a video for 2019, but something will happen yesterday too, so they must be telling you the same thing.
Okay.
Something happened in the mall yesterday?
But it's that thing happening in the car park and in the mall.
No, well, I saw that in the news about a car theft and a robbery of someone walking out the mall with $42,000.
In Eastgate and all that thing happening in Eastgate.
Yeah, I saw that too.
Yeah, all in Eastgate.
But people have to be aware around this time. A lot of people are wrong. A lot of perpetrators are wrong. I remember last night, some guys was lining and talking. And they see that gold chain lady was talking about yesterday. See that gold chain talk?
Yeah.
Them men is men on the streets. Them men is people on the street life. Them understand street life. They say, hey, them stop wearing gold chain too. Them stop wearing that because they're men in business. Them coming up and say, change my neck. You understand? So we have to be serious outside there. You went and buy a big gold chain and put on gold chain and walk down the road like nobody care about you. They may care about you neither. You understand? What I call about? When I read something this morning about the oil Venezuela. You can remember some years back, 19 something, maybe 10, 15, 20 years back, when Chavez had a big bacchanal with America with the Caribbean oil something, where he was giving it the big oil.
But that's what I read this morning, that the Chavez is under Chavez when it changed.
And he was giving away the big oil. Some bacchanal he had America and he was giving away the oil, and after that bacchanal was going on. And I think it was Bush. Something on that Bush. So that oil thing going on, I tell somebody that thing with Chavez. That doesn't happen what's going on with Maduro. But a lot of people don't read and they just forget what they read. So if Americans say they had oil companies working outside there, and some bacchanal with Chavez and the people. And Chavez run all the people. So people don't read news and they just forget news. I can remember that very good. And he was giving away the oil. You understand?
Yeah.
You can dig up points like that and find out what went on with that.
All right.
Right, going up. Have a nice day.
Take care.
As we talking robberies, this happened.
You're young and restless, but you don't have to be careless. You see, sober thinking leads on to righteousness, to happiness, spiritual bliss. That's why I tell you this. Watch out, my children. Watch out, my children. It have a fella called Lucifer with a bag of white powder, and he don't want to powder your face, but to bring shame and disgrace to the human race. Now we sing it again. Watch out, my children. Watch out, my children. It have a fella called Lucifer with a bag of white powder. And he don't want to powder your face, but to bring shame and disgrace.
You know, I didn't see, you hear me? I didn't see the second part of that video where that showed the inside. But why won't people come into our rescue?
Heaven alone knows. Now, a lot of the it seems as if a lot of the people that are inside were women. So I don't know if people were concerned.
In the end of the video is a man walk there.
Can I finish with the sentence?
Okay.
I said initially it looked like a lot of women were there until you saw the man at the end. And so I don't know if they were afraid that maybe he had a gun or something like that. But that was a lot of the criticism of that video, that people said, why didn't they come to her assistance? Because obviously she was being robbed.
Yeah.
And why people didn't come and just attack him or pelt a chair or something like that. Why, especially the man in the group. Because the man in the group just kind of sauntered slowly at the end of the video, and they were like, wait, you were there all the time?
And people
were,
and was about 1/3 the size of the lady. So she struggled, and she struggled for a while with him.
Yeah. And that's a busy area, because people were saying it's Castro's. It's not Castro's, it's next door to Castro.
It's next door.
It's next door. And that's a busy, police are always passing there all the time. So they must know who that guy is.
Police station right there, Richard?
Yeah, not only that, but you have enough cameras in that area that they must have better footage of that idiot to arrest him and hold him accountable for that. Now, I don't think he got anything from the lady, according to the comment section.
Okay.
People were saying that he didn't get anything. I don't know if it's people in the know or people were speculating, but people in the comment section were saying he didn't get anything because she held on to whatever he was trying to get. But the people in the bar, it just seemed as if they were inactive. They just did nothing.
I could swear one of them was also taking out her phone and filming. That's what it looked like. But I didn't see that. I got that video, but I didn't see that second part. I didn't get that second part that showed the inside of the bar. My God, man.
Yeah.
I hope they get that young man, whoever he is, and teach him a good lesson. They should make that same woman hold him and squeeze him. Ridiculous.
Squeeze him something like a hug, eh?
Now, you know what I mean?
No, I don't know what you mean here.
You damn well know what I mean.
But people are just, and that is to tell you the extent of the crime and how it is that people are afraid to even get involved because they don't know if that person, what they have and what could be the consequences. So people are just stay away.
But Charles, watch that video. He didn't pull out any knife, any gun, anything. He just tried to grab the bag. He tried to grab the bag. Watch it. You take out anything, you try to grab the bag, and she went back inside.
Yeah. There's a time of opportunity. He thought he could have just grabbed and run.
Yeah.
That's why I
Yeah, he thought he could have just grabbed and
watch out, my children.
She actually braced from him grabbing him.
It has a
and that area is so busy, their cars always passing there. Their cars probably seeing this happen.
But to bring shame and disgrace to the human race. Now we sing it again. Watch out, my children.
What they thought was taking place.
Watch out, my children. It have a fella called Lucifer.
It really looked like he walked away without anything.
And he don't want to
she still has a bag.
but to bring shame and disgrace.
Yeah, she still has her bag. It looked like he walked away without anything.
Yeah.
My God.
People just are scared to get involved in things when they see things happen.
You could have felt a chair there, because obviously if he's struggling with her, he had no firearm, obviously, at that point.
Yeah.
So you could have felt a chair and make noise. Run outside, say, somebody call the police. Whatever,
But if all of them had taken him on at the time he was there struggling with her, then they probably would have been able to hold. Well, I mean, hindsight is everything. But
yeah.
Yeah.
In the middle of a situation like that, sometimes people freeze, I guess.
Yeah.
And all that, but it's just sad. Caller, good morning to you. Thanks for holding on.
Hi, morning, gentlemen. Charles and Wendell.
Hi.
Wendell, what I want to find out is, do you think when you have your next food that the Prime Minister should hold a proper press conference and outline to the population what is really happening between Venezuela, Trinidad and Tobago and the US? Right? That's something that you should hold to find out if the Prime Minister should hold such a press conference. And the second thing is that the people in Venezuela are suffering from lack of foodstuff and other things. Is it as a result of Maduro's leadership or sanctions placed on Venezuela by the US? Could you explain for me?
Well, Bob, it's probably a combination of both, eh? I could answer that one. It's probably a combination of both because of the type of person Maduro is, because he does not have the support of all the people in Venezuela, and of course also because of the sanctions that have been imposed on Venezuela for years. You understand? Because Venezuela is by one of the richest places on planet Earth. I mean, we can't deny that. The main fact that they have the most oil reserves, they should be the richest place on planet Earth. You know what I mean?
It's one of the most resource-rich places on planet Earth.
Okay.
You can have plenty of resources, but not be rich.
Well, we know that about some places in Africa too. You're right.
Caller, good morning.
Hi, good morning, gentlemen. Happy holiday, you guys.
Happy holidays.
Yeah, Wendell, I think a boat was blown up with 6 people a couple of days ago, just 2 days ago, and I think the death count is now into the 90s. My comment really is about my comment was really about the last session of Parliament that just ended, and just an observation. I find the speaker, sometimes he does blatantly be biased, and the opposition just sits dead. They're playing dead in their seats. It is time that they get up and bear and face the consequences. They need to stand up and challenge the speaker and tell him to his face that he's bloody biased. I've never seen a parliament session where the speaker is so blatantly biased and sometimes using the regulations of the parliament or the laws of the parliament in a kind of way to defend himself. And it's time the opposition. Honestly, it's no joy looking at the parliament right now with him in the speaker's chair. I talked to Wade Mack. I used to talk about Wade Mack in the Senate, but my God, in the House, but he's blatantly, biased. This session of the parliament was not a joy to look at all. Have a good day, gentlemen, and happy
Take care. Thanks for calling, sir. There was a comment earlier on that Miss Henry put that said, when we identified Mr. Philip now as by his voice, and of course he was the exact same thing the person called about is what they had put in the chat. So it was easy to identify who it was. But Ms. Henry asked a strange question. Why the hell are you trying to identify a man by his voice and calling his name? If this goes to court, I don't know how it reached there. If this goes to court, all you would pay him like what happened to, and she called names now, Lennox Smith and Andy the Pitbull. No, we can't be compared to them people, Miss Henry, and that program. Sorry, our program is, well, you know our program. You've been here.
And we were just identifying in a friendly way. We won't be in hostile.
Well, yeah, we didn't do a malicious. And Mr. Philip, I don't think he minded being identified.
We just have not heard from him for a while.
Yeah, he didn't mind being identified. He was on the chat whole day. Well, he's been on the chat a while now. And he is not afraid to speak. And he called in and he said exactly what he was saying on the chat. So it was easy. But I don't know how you reached if this goes to court. I didn't quite follow that part. We have a lawyer, a very esteemed lawyer here. He does not
drag me into you and Sir Charles Bacchanal, please. That is you and Sir Charles Bacchanal. All you tote that bundle by all yourself.
And we have esteemed lawyers listening.
I know this lawyer. This lawyer only interested in going from mall to mall and airport and things.
Yeah. No. Mr. Philip is a fan of the show, and we appreciate his contribution all the time. You understand? Just like how we appreciate yours.
All right. Let's see if we can take this call before we go to the news. Caller, good morning to you.
Hey, morning, gentlemen. Morning, blessed morning. That video you all show with the lady getting robbed, right? Isn't there supposed to be security inside of that establishment? And if there is, where would they? Because according to Wendell, the view from the inside, when the people were coming, to me, what I was seeing is that there's a CCTV camera. So who was viewing that footage? Where's the security for the establishment when you need them most? You understand? So I am, kind of appalled at the whole situation. And when these things happen, you don't see them around. You don't hear anything about it. So I was wondering, where's the security? That's my question.
Yeah, it's a bar, right, Richard? It's a bar / casino, right?
It's a bar. It's basically a bar.
Mm-hmm.
They may have some of those kind of machines, but I think it's just a bar.
Because
I've never actually gone inside, so I can't speak specifically about what it is like inside.
About what it is. Because I think when I got the first video, it was the caption on it was that she had just won money from some machine. So that's probably why she was targeted. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they must watching the lady all the time.
Yeah.
And that's how they do things, they watch you.
And these fellas who walk around with these knapsacks, you always have to watch all of them cookie eye, yes?
Okay, as we head to the 8 o'clock news, just another thing that kind of aggravates me in the airport is seeing the pictures of all former prime ministers.
That day, long time, Richard.
I know, and it always aggravates me every time I go in. To me, those should be in official areas, like in the customs section, maybe the picture of the president or something like that. If you have to put up a picture, but you see the display of all former prime ministers, I don't know what will happen 100 years from now. We will run out of space. And
Definitely.
we run out of space. Nothing signals to me that I have arrived in a third world country that when I look up and see all the former prime ministers.
Yeah, you're very right. It's
that kind of country, is it?
That is real small island mentality. As Dr. Job,
it aggravates me.
Dr. Job would say, as soon as you have a mountain top, you feel you're rich.
They'll start to put up smaller pictures, I suppose.
Yeah. I don't know what they're trying to instill. They're trying to say these are the people in control.
And yeah, people, let's go for the break and we will be back. Right? Stay with us.
The news you need, the clarity you deserve. Local, regional, global. This is NETT Radio News Now.
This is News Now on New Era TT Radio and Guile Caribbean TV. I'm Derek McMillan. Good day. Prime Minister Kamla Prasad Besessar has confirmed that Cabinet will consider whether the investigative report into the deaths of former MP Lisa Morris-Julian and her 2 children should be laid in Parliament. Speaking on Wednesday, she acknowledged strong public and media interest, saying the report will be taken to Cabinet for consideration, with a view to possible parliamentary disclosure. The report falls under the responsibility of Homeland Security Minister Roger Alexander. Fire Services Association President Keone Guy has also called for the report's release, saying transparency is needed to restore public trust, not to assign blame. He noted that while the fire service remains under strain, funding for new appliances has increased significantly. The family of Morris-Julian has publicly supported the report being made available. Lisa Morris-Julian and her children died in a house fire in Arima on December 16, 2024. The manufacturer of the ANTPS-80 GATOR radar installed in Tobago says the system is not designed for maritime surveillance. According to the New York Times, Northrop Grumman confirmed the radar is meant to detect and track airborne threats, not ground or sea targets. This comes after the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service credited the radar with providing intelligence that led to a $171 million marijuana seizure at the Coroni Swamp. The TTPS has not explained how the radar was used in that operation, and no arrests were made. U.S. Southern Command confirmed the radar was delivered with the approval of the government of Trinidad and Tobago to support anti-drug operations. Opposition leader Penelope Beckles has raised concerns about secrecy surrounding the radar's installation ahead of the 2026 Tobago House of Assembly election. The Ministry of Transport and Civil Aviation has announced new vehicle inspection rules, effective January 5, 2026, across Trinidad and Tobago. Approved vehicle testing stations, including VMCOTT, will now be allowed to inspect public service vehicles with a tare weight of up to 2,270 kilograms. Heavier PSVs will still be required to undergo inspections at licensing offices. VMCOTT will also be authorized to inspect goods vehicles exceeding 3,200 kilograms maximum gross weight. The ministry reminded vehicle owners that inspections are legally required under the Motor Vehicles and Road Traffic Act. Drivers must present original certified copies, insurance certificates, and valid driver's permits, with any engine or color changes properly updated. Vehicles must be engine and underwashed before inspection, and owners are advised not to apply shock oil until inspections are completed. A High Court judge has ruled that the Environmental Management Authority acted unlawfully in allowing a concrete batching plant in Chase Village to operate without proper environmental approval, ordering the facility to shut down. Justice Nadia Kangaloo quashed several EMA decisions, including the granting of a certificate of environmental clearance to Central Concrete and Pumps Limited, declaring them illegal, irrational, and procedurally unfair. The ruling followed a judicial review brought by Chase Village resident and pensioner Everton Phillip, who said he has endured years of noise and dust pollution from the Derrick Road plant. The court ordered the EMA to cancel the CEC and enforce an immediate shutdown until the company properly reapplies under the Environmental Management Act. Phillip was awarded damages and legal costs, with the amount to be assessed later. The orders are stayed until January 26, 2026. Multiple firearms, ammunition, and police-issued equipment were recovered during a series of anti-crime operations across Trinidad and Tobago on Tuesday, December 16th, the police service has confirmed. In Komodo, officers acting on intelligence searched an abandoned property along Komodo Main Road and recovered a pump-action shotgun and 2 bulletproof vests marked police. In a separate operation in San Rafael, police found a homemade 16-gauge shotgun hidden in a forested area along Arena Road. Meanwhile, an intelligence-led exercise in the Chaguanas district led to the discovery of a shotgun and several cartridges in a bushy area off Connector Road, Charlieville. No arrests were made, and investigations are continuing. The police service is urging the public to share information to help fight crime. Internationally, the United Nations has called for restraint and immediate de-escalation amid rising tensions between the United States and Venezuela, following President Donald Trump's announcement of a blockade of a Venezuelan oil tanker. UN Deputy Spokesperson Farhan Haq said the Secretary General is closely monitoring the situation and urging all parties to honor their obligations under international law, including the UN Charter, to safeguard peace in the region. When questioned on the legality of the blockade, Haq said the UN is reviewing the relevant legal frameworks, noting that all parties must abide by the Charter. He added that the issue may be taken up by the UN Security Council, as Venezuela plans to raise the matter internationally. The UN also said it has no information supporting U.S. claims that Venezuela stole American oil or assets. And that's news at this time.
That was News Now. Stay informed with New Era TT Radio, NETT Radio.
S&H Rum Box, 137 Western Main Road, St. James, for all your retail and wholesale needs for alcohol and non-alcoholic beverages. Call us at 686-0599 or visit us at 137 Western Main Road, St. James. S&H Rum Box. Drinking out of the box.
Charm Flair Auto Services Limited, your one-stop auto repair shop, located at number 1 Industrial Lane, Charm Flair, right opposite the brewery on the Eastern Main Road. Yes, we do it all. Repairs to all makes and models, from your everyday sedan to SUVs, light trucks, pickups, and panel vans. We're also the sole distributors of Davantry tires, certified VTS inspection station, plus a wide range of services: oil change, front end and suspension repairs, tune-ups, tire alignment, batteries, electrical work, radiator and cooling system, AC repairs, and accessories galore. We offer pickup and drop-off service too. Call us today at 662-6545 or 662-6572. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook. Charm Flair Auto Services Limited, number 1 Industrial Lane, Charm Flair. We do it all.
Ho, ho, ho! This Christmas, small businesses, this one's just for you. Get your brand, your product, your business in front of thousands every single day on New Era TT Radio, NETT Radio, and Gael Caribbean TV. And here's the gift you've been waiting for. Radio and television advertising has never been more affordable anywhere else. We are talking unbelievable, real rates. Prices no one else can offer you for primetime slots that put your business right where your customers are watching and listening. So, call us today at 299-5156 and turn your Christmas into real results and real profits with affordable advertising so you too can say Merry Christmas.
Looking for pet supplies that wouldn't buy? Looking for pet supplies that wouldn't bite? Visit Bow Wow Supply Limited, your friendly family-owned pet store at the corner of Cane Farm Avenue and 5th Street West, Cane Farm, Trinidad City. We offer fabulous prices, great service, and a wide range of foods, treats, toys, grooming products, and accessories. Everything your pet needs in one place. We are open Monday to Friday, 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Sundays from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Coming today, Bow Wow Supply Limited, Cane Farm Avenue and 5th Street West, Cane Farm, Trinidad City. Your pet's friendly place. Call us at 640-7184.
It's Christmas. Can't do it without black cake, homemade bread, sweet bread, pone, pastel, and punch creme. Get it at Val's Kitchen in Dabadi. To place your order, call 758-0148. Yes, delivery can be arranged. Val's Kitchen, Dabadi.
Black cake I love with punch cream.
It's the black cake I want.
Yeah.
Oh
no, some people are really too intense about certain things. Yes. Anyway, we are back, and of course we are getting ready to wrap up. I guess we could still take a couple of your calls today. You know,
interestingly here, right? After the drug bust and all the other drug busts that took place the other day, and all the flack for not arresting anybody and all that. So, this, yes, I listened in the news also. The police found guns, police vests, narcotics, Kamuto in an abandoned house in San Rafael, in what they call it, in a forested area, and somewhere in Central also, in Shoguanas, in some bushes. So people having all of these things and leaving them unmanned.
That's what you're kind of finding unbelievable, that there is no one around, or they found no one, or they ain't wait on no one.
A man just rest down 2 police vests with a gun just in a forested area.
I guess they do. If we have to believe these stories that we are being told, that people are just leaving this stuff, abandoning this stuff, and going away.
Either that or when they hear the police coming, the people are being tipped off. The police coming, they only run and leave that. Either which way, it's worrying. It's worrying. Anyhow.
I have the Gael TV though is showing, as I think I sent it for you guys. It's a different screen this morning. I don't know if you all are seeing it. It's a completely different screen. It's the screen, but it's not even off. I don't know if it's off YouTube. I guess it is, but they're showing you a lot of stories trending on the side of it too. You know, so I'm not sure that what that screen is about that they have showing on TV this morning.
All right. I don't, that's just where I am to monitor them from where I am. It's still difficult, you know.
Yeah.
I'll have to work on a monitoring device and see how to, so I can easily get it to the other things.
Yeah.
All right. So you're taking a couple calls as we go up to the top. Caller, good morning.
Did I do birthdays today? Did I?
I can't remember, you know.
Yeah.
I really can't remember. Caller, good morning. All right, where the caller? Caller, are you there?
Yes, good morning. So Charles, you surprised me this morning because it sounds. I got the opportunity to tune in a couple of days last week, and you were sounding very. You're leaving a door, a space, the width of a door, for the possibility that the foolishness that the police service is telling the Prime Minister, the police service, the Minister of Homeland Security is telling us, as citizens of this country, of these drug raids. But this morning, you're sounding like you have reasonable doubt. You're sounding totally convinced that it's foolishness, huh? But your statement this morning indicates that all right, it's sounding kind of suspicious. Another point that you failed to mention is that the police seems to be going exactly which part these so-called drugs and guns is. They know exactly what house to go to. Just according to the words of the former police representative, we stumbled upon these drugs and guns all of a sudden. You know exactly what area to go in and what house to go in and what everything to go in. The SOE is working, my friend. The SOE is working. Like if we as fools in this country. I have always said, since the Beyond the Tape program, these fines look staged. You walk into the banks of the river and just see a bag with bullets in it. And just, oops, there it is. Since the Beyond the Tape program, I've been saying the police is staging things to validate the program. But all you was I anti-police and I don't like the police. Police
I don't like the police.
My woman and all the excuses. But I've been making.
Is the police take your woman?
More than 10 years now.
I didn't hear that one.
Hey, let me tell you something again. Pay attention to the bags. You're going to see those bags, that same color bags in other drug fines, recycling. And why is it asking the question, when are you going to the it had no case to have. So when are you going to
the same drug dealers?
When the drugs are being destroyed.
Is it the same drug dealers with the same bags?
The same bags. Watch the bags.
Because it's the same drug dealers.
It used to be finding is the same guns are finding over and over.
I don't know about that.
The drug dealers buying the bags in the same place, Lincoln.
No, but it could be the same drug dealers. It could be the same drug dealers. Yeah,
okay. It's the same 10 black and 1 red, and the next kind of off-color caucus one. It's the same cycle, the same set of bags they buy. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Lincoln might be on point.
Lincoln, just the other day, right? I was looking for some some phone parts and stuff, right? And I went to a number of different places and things, different malls, different vendors. And you know what I discovered when talking to all of them? All of them does buy the products from one particular Chinese man.
One place. It's have one supplier. Yes, you're absolutely right.
So maybe the same thing.
Maybe, maybe. So all the drugs and speaking of which, something that I don't hear anybody. I haven't been listening to the program. Out of the countries, I already haven't been listening to the program. The question is this. One of the things that I heard when I did catch the news is that the marijuana comes from a strain of drugs related to Colombia. Right? That comes from Colombia.
The creepy?
Huh?
That's the creepy one?
No, the one in the Caroni swamp.
Well, I think it's creepy marijuana.
Came to my mind from that.
Creepy.
Right? 2 questions came to my mind from that. How the day after you find the drugs, the drugs related to a strain come from Colombia. These things take scientific tests to verify, right? I don't know about drugs. I don't know if you have a look that you could tell. I don't know. I can't speak to that. So if I'm wrong, I stand corrected, right? But what I know is you need to do scientific tests to see where the strain comes from. And 2, that invalidates all your thing that drugs coming from Venezuela. You understand?
Yeah.
It invalidates the whole war against Trump. That Trump is alluding to it with Venezuela. Right? So my brain just happened to be working while everybody's telling me foolish. When people, they ain't just urinated in my face, they defecated in my face and telling me it's rain. Alright? It's rain.
Rain.
Police take your girl, now they're pissing on you, they're defecating on you. What? How much police do you want?
That's a real thick rain.
Police doing you anything?
Talk about acid rain.
That rain real thick.
As soon as I talk about how Guile is transmitting the screen, it changed. Like somebody listening.
Well, they have to be listening, because they have to monitor the thing.
Yeah, it changed to what we are seeing on our YouTube, on our laptop from YouTube now. They remove all this stuff on the side and around it.
Oh, it's squatting.
All the extra information. But what is creep? I saw this. They're describing this brand of marijuana as creepy. What does that mean? Because as Lincoln say, how do you know a brand when you look at it? How do you know what it is?
Are you asking people in our comment section, or you just feel to talk and ask a rhetorical
question?
No,
people in our comment section, a lot of them
I don't know who you expect to answer that question.
Somebody in the comment section, a lot of them.
Somebody might be able to help you out here. Good morning, sir.
Yes, hello again. Wendell.
Help them out here, Mr. Patrick.
Let me tell you, it have fellas out there who know what is Kush, who is Red Beard, who is Molly, who is Andamata, who is Redan. We send Vincent Kush. That fellas out there get know that.
So you're not adding nothing to the conversation, you just come to repeat that people know the different types.
Yeah, they know. So that police out there will know. Yeah. Now, I was debating our history yesterday, Mr. Richard Aguba, with the police guy with the SRPs and something like that, to incorporate them in the regular police. When I was to do an RO exam, I was to do an exam. We had to do an exam to get promotion then. A supervisory exam to get promotion. Sometimes you have to do an exam to get promotion. It comes like a nurse. You could be in a nurse assistant. You cannot be a nurse assistant and go and be a nurse just so. You have to go and do the whole nursing course. You understand what's going on? Always a nurse assistant, but you have to go and do the whole nursing course. A nurse assistant course is 2.5 years, I think, or 2 years. A regular nurse course is nearly 5 years. So it has certain things that want to be promoted. You have to go and do over certain things and fit the criteria. Right? Another thing, last night we was discussing these machines in bars. And then fellas outside it, they say, boy, a lot of bars already give up the machine. They can't pay that kind of money, Wendell.
Okay.
You know what that machine? I think it's 207,000 tax.
That's what per year?
Yes. For all them little machine on the wall and all them thing machine all about it.
I mean, them machines raking real money, but
They used to making money long time, but right now since they bring the roulette, that roulette, and let me tell people, a lot of people don't know, Chinese people own the roulette machine, but they say they wouldn't go buy Mapao because Mapao them is the people who bring in the big machine. So
Mapao is not Chinese people.
No, but there are real machine in there.
Mapao still exists.
I saw, interestingly enough, I saw a post yesterday that says Mapao is now no more. And I was like,
that's what I'm saying. Where are they?
They're on Arpita Avenue.
Is not where they're rebuilding something?
For the longest while.
I saw a post yesterday that somebody posted up that said Mapao is now no more.
Unless they change it.
They didn't say since January last year. They say now.
Now.
So
now.
They now maybe close down, but I don't know.
Next week.
I don't.
Yeah, all right. Where they were on the corner of French and Arpita burnt out. So there's no building there. There's some vendors there. And then they had moved a little further down the avenue by another corner. But as if a construction taking place there too. A huge building has gone up there, I think.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. A huge building is going up.
I still don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, right on the other corner. They had moved further west.
Yes, I know where they moved to.
Yeah, but that's a construction site also, I think.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Pass and
All
see
right.
now. You're always knocking about
Somebody
the
might be able to
place.
help you with that.
You're always knocking about the place in town. Pass and see.
Let's take our final caller quickly. Caller, good morning to you.
Who are you talking about?
Caller. All right.
In the middle of construction, because
hello.
Hey, good morning again, gentlemen.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hello.
Quickly, go ahead.
Good morning, sir. I can't. Somebody have a problem with me identifying people, so I just say, oh, yes.
Whole thing. I just look at things from a different perspective. You notice in all of this, the government only taxing a certain demographic. They're only taxing addicts. Smokers are addicts. Drinkers are addicts to a lesser extent. When I say addicts, I don't mean it in a derogatory way. I mean they
vices. You mean vices?
The alcohol. They like to drink. They like to smoke. They like to gamble.
That's vices in Lincoln.
Vice. Yes, vice. That is the correct word to use. Thank you for the correction, Wendell.
No problem.
They're only targeting people who have vices. You understand what? Anybody ever thought about it like that?
Yeah. They're not the first government to go that way, to attempt to go that way. Let's face it.
And that is targeting a certain sector of the society, and that is wrong.
Well, you see, politicians often tax vices because they feel as if there will be less pushback. Yeah, they feel as if there will be less pushback with regard to when you tax alcohol or cigarettes or things like casinos and stuff like that. So they don't see it as legitimate. Well, I can't say they see it as an easy target, a low-hanging fruit that people will do, rather than see it. Well, different governments see casinos and stuff in different ways.
Yeah. But doesn't that affect everybody across the board?
Well, it potentially affects, because if some of those places close, it affects jobs.
Yeah.
Jobs affects consumer spending. So how many people get affected, depending on an industry, there can be ripple effects, especially in a small space, which is what the Bar Association's argument is about those same machines that they have there, that if some of them close, there's going to be a ripple effect. That's what they're saying. I was looking at Mapao's Facebook page, but it seemed as if I seen a post up to 2 days ago. So I don't know that they're already closed or not. So I don't know if that post was mischievous that I saw on Facebook yesterday. So I don't know.
When you go knocking about town today, pass and check it out.
Yeah, I'm not in town today. I might be in town tomorrow, but I'm not in town today.
Okay.
I'm not in Porto, Spain today.
All right, this is where we close it off. Gael has gone off already, I should tell you, because as I say, first time I'm looking at it for a little while.
They assume you're going off at 8:30, but you and Sir Charles like to talk so much. You're like, don't keep to any clock.
Folks, have an absolutely... I'm sorry I missed birthdays today, but it's a long list. Have an absolutely wonderful day. Remember to let go and let God.
All right, so it's Thursday. The weekend has begun, people, so put a smile on your damn face. The weekend has begun, and it's the last weekend before Christmas. So it means, oh my God, malls and groceries and all sorts of things are going to be packed this weekend. It's going to be packed and packed and packed, and Port of Spain is going to be packed. There's going to be people all over the place as people rush here and rush there for Christmas, as the countdown to Christmas officially begins. So have a fantastic weekend. Put a smile on your face. I know there are things to worry about, but worrying is a choice. You don't have to worry, you know? And of course, if you're religious, leave things in God's hands. And if you're not religious, you know, your sense of peace, you know, I can't change what's going on, so why worry about it? Let me go and have breakfast. Let me go and have lunch. Are you
preaching?
Let me go to dinner. You know, let me, you know, do whatever I feel like doing. Whatever brings you joy, do that.
Are you preaching?
And some people might call, let me shut up. Let me shut up. Because you're dragging me down a hole. That will make us even later.
It sounded like you're preaching.
No.
Yeah, well, we done off the Gael stream already, so you can talk as much as you want.
Right. No, this part remains in perpetuity, you know. This on YouTube.
Exactly. Yeah, people could go back and say, oh, that's what he said. So have a fantastic day, people, and thanks to all of those who've remained with us, even though we're off Gael. And of course, always remember to like and subscribe. It matters, liking and subscribing. We have a donation button. I don't know why more of you all are not using it. And because some shows like this around the world survive on people who subscribe to the channel.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, have a fantastic day.
Explaining that subscription thing.
Yeah.
You know?
Have a fantastic day, whatever you do. Remember to smile and laugh. It's great for your health. And of course, New Era TT Radio continues on the stream on newerattradio.com and New Era TT Radio on TuneIn, so you can continue listening to the fantastic programming throughout the day. But this is where we wrap it up. And thank you for joining us. We know you have a choice of what you watch and what you listen to, and we're glad that you chose us. You have impeccable taste, I must say so. This has been
The Breakfast Show. He waited. Rich,
Okay.
Oh, I was doing a freeze there. Did it work?
Yeah.
I'll try it one more time. This has been
The Breakfast Show.
We'll go with that.
Yeah. Wake up, it's a brand new dawn. The Breakfast Show got the vibes turned on. From Maracas Bay to the Savannah.